Wilmington, Delaware is a city that can feel more like a small town. Before he even became vice president, Joe Biden was a senator here for 36 years. Now Wilmington is the setting for a painful family drama.
The evidence was personal, it was ugly, it was overwhelming.
Playing out against the backdrop of a presidential election campaign. Days after Donald Trump became the first U.S. president to be criminally convicted, Hunter Biden became the first child of a sitting president to be criminally tried, supported by a who's who of the first family. The president's son's charged with making false statements on the paperwork to purchase a gun in 2018, when he said he wasn't addicted to drugs. Hunter Biden's troubled past is no secret. He wrote a book about it.
I went one time for 13 days without sleeping and smoking crack and drinking vodka exclusively.
Lengthy sections of the memoir were played to the jury, a tale of descent into addiction in the defendant's own words and voice.
I've bought crack cocaine on the streets of Washington, D.C., and cooked up my own inside a hotel bungalow in Los Angeles. Guns have been put in my face, and at one point, I dropped clean off the grid, living in $59 a night Super 8 motels off I-95 while scaring my family even more than myself.
From a legal perspective, the case might seem like a slam dunk.
This kind of boils down to a forms case, a documents case. A little bit like the Trump case that went down, everything's kind of in the documents, there's not a whole lot outside of it.
But the defense argues there's no proof that at the time Hunter Biden bought the gun from this store on the outskirts of Wilmington, he was using drugs.
Who is an addict? What is the level that determines addiction? What drugs?
Defense lawyer Nabil Kibria says the charges are rarely brought in isolation and raise thorny issues.
If we wanted to look at every single form filled out in this country by everybody that's got a gun, I think you would find a lot of people have lied on that form.
Days after he bought the gun, Hunter Biden's then lover, Hallie Biden, dumped it in a bin at this supermarket. Hallie and Hunter were in an on-off relationship following the death of her husband, Beau, his brother, in 2015. The court was shown CCTV footage of Hallie Biden tossing the gun, which was later found by a man who rummaged through bins. Hallie Biden told the court she was panicking when she got rid of it. "I realised it was a stupid idea. I didn't want him to hurt himself, and I didn't want my kids to find it and hurt themselves." Hunter Biden's ex-wife, Kathleen Buell, also testified for the prosecution. His daughter, Naomi Biden, for the defense. Another woman Hunter Biden was involved with, Zoe Keston, was also called. The pair met in 2017 at a New York strip club and would hook up at luxury hotels. Ms. Keston told the court Hunter Biden was charming, even when he was using cocaine every 20 minutes. In a surprising way, this case has shone a light on America's drug crisis. It was striking how many potential jurors said that their lives too had been impacted by addiction. It's possible some sympathy for a man who hit rock bottom could influence their deliberations, as once again, 12 ordinary Americans are asked to decide a case playing into a presidential election.
I do think that you're going to start hearing Biden use the term convicted felon every time he refers to Trump. And I think you'll find Trump using something. He comes up with these idioms that are kind of funny sometimes, and other times they're just kind of mean. But I think he'll come up with a pet name for Hunter and probably use that until November.
The charges carry a maximum penalty of 25 years, though jail time is thought unlikely.
I've represented many people who've had actual gun crimes with physical gun in their hands that they've done something with, and if with no criminal history, if nobody got hurt, usually just probation, especially, again, if you have no criminal history. So it would be very shocking for him to do jail on this.
But the legal troubles the president's son is facing don't end here. He's due on trial in California on tax charges in September. It'll be just weeks out from the election.
I think ultimately it doesn't make any difference. I mean, I know Trump believes it does, but again, I don't think that that's going to be the be-all and end-all when people go into the ballot box.
But Republican political consultant Jim Dornan says in the end, these unprecedented court cases won't be decisive.
And the voters, for the most part, are pretty smart people. They go in there and they say, I want lower taxes, or I want access to abortion. I mean, whatever side you happen to be on, I think that ultimately that's going to be what people make their decisions on.